The Reverse Flash, in my opinion, is the scariest villain of all time, and here's why. Now, there are a lot of evil and complex villains in fiction, such as Darth Vader, Thanos, Voldemort, Joker, right? However, none of them come close to the evilness and complexity of Eobard Thawne, the Reverse Flash. Now, before I do get into it, please make sure to like the video and subscribe, and let me know your favourite villain and who you think is the scariest villain of all time. And also, if I do make any mistakes within this video, please comment it down and correct me. And yeah, and enough yapping, let's get into it. Now, those villains that I mentioned previously are great villains, let's not lie. They're evil, they're complex, they're good villains, right? However, they do not even compare to the Reverse Flash. Just because most villains' motive is either power, they want control, or they just want to kill the superhero. They want to kill their arch nemesis, right? But Reverse Flash don't want to do that. What Reverse Flash wants to do is to break Barry down. He wants to break the Flash down and cause him an eternity of misery. All because of just pure hatred and just pure spite. That's literally it. Now, what makes Reverse Flash scary and is able to cause Barry all this pain is Reverse Flash is literally a speedster, one of the most powerful speedsters. He can literally manipulate time, he could time travel, he could change reality, he could do all stuff like that, right? Without any consequences. He literally cannot die, he cannot kill himself, he can't do any of that. He cannot be erased from existence. And what's even crazier is, Barry himself, the Flash, cannot kill Reverse Flash. Otherwise, Barry would never become the Flash. And if Reverse Flash kills the Flash, Eobard Thawne would never become Reverse Flash. Like, they cannot kill each other. Like, basically, they cannot kill each other. If they kill each other, the other one would not ever exist. Which is absolutely crazy. And that adds so much complexity to their rivalry. That is crazy. That means, forever, Reverse Flash and the Flash will always have a constant rivalry. No matter the universe, no matter the time, no matter the timeline. Like, bro, that is actually crazy. Now, also adding to the fact of how powerful the Reverse Flash is, just to add some more perspective to it of how crazy Reverse Flash actually is, he could literally change your life, rewrite history, even rewrite your history, without even you blinking. Before you even breathe, before you even turn around. Reverse Flash would have caused immense damage to your life and other people's lives before you even got time to finish your lunch. That is absolutely crazy. And also adding to that, the Flash's whole existence is because Reverse Flash unalived his own mother. Is that not scary or crazy to you? The whole reason Barry became the Flash is because of his mother being unalived. And guess who did it? Reverse Flash. That is absolutely crazy. Your arch nemesis is the reason you are the superhero you are today. That is mad. But what's also crazy is, without the Flash becoming the Flash, Reverse Flash would never build up his obsession, which I will get onto that in a minute. He would never have built up his obsession and become Reverse Flash. Now, after saying all that, you already know Reverse Flash is already a menace. But before I get onto some of his most evil moments, let me just tell you his origin real quick, very quickly. In the future, centuries in the future, Eobard Thawne was a huge fan of the Flash. Big fan, one of the biggest fans of the Flash. He was obsessed with the Flash. Until he realized the Flash's greatest enemy will become him. And when Eobard Thawne realized that he was destined to become Barry's arch nemesis, that obsession quickly, and I mean quickly, turned into pure hatred. And from then, the rivalry just started. And from then, Barry's life would just be full of pain, torment, and suffer. Now, saying that, let's go into some of the Reverse Flash's most evil moments in history. Now, before I do get onto some of his evil moments, just remember, this is just to cause Barry Allen immense pain and suffering, psychologically and physically, just because he hates him. Just remember that. Now, starting off, we obviously know the famous one, where he literally unalived Barry's mother, which started the whole thing, but yeah. What also makes it worse is Barry's father got the blame for his mother passing. Eobard Thawne framed Barry's father. And already, that's a lifetime of suffering. Already. Barry Allen has to live through his childhood knowing his dad didn't do it, and no one believes him. No one would ever believe him that it was someone else in that room that night that murdered his mum. Crazy already. But that's not all. Reverse Flash also erased his best friend from childhood just because he wanted Barry to be alone. That is absolutely mad. What? There was also a time when Reverse Flash changed time and reality to make himself become Barry. He took over Barry Allen's life, meaning he became friends with Barry's friends. He got together with Barry's girl, so meaning he mashed with Iris. Just remember that. Imagine that. Your arch nemesis sleeping with your girl just because he took over your life, pretending to be Barry. You can see why I think Reverse Flash is the scariest villain. Look at what he can do just because of his powers. And just because he just hates you. Imagine doing all that just because of that. Not even Barry's pet. His pet dog was not even safe from Reverse Flash. One time, Reverse Flash literally burnt down Barry's home, which caused the dog to run out, and a car eventually hit the dog, causing... yeah. So not only is he causing Barry suffering, he just caused his pet dog some suffering. How sadistic and cruel do you have to be? That is mental. But that's not all. Not even the Dark Knight, not even Bruce Wayne, Batman himself, is safe from Reverse Flash. During a Flashpoint event, there was a time where Batman's parents, his father, was actually alive. And now, that was his only contact of his parents ever. As this is finally a timeline where one of his parents is at least alive, right? So Bruce Wayne writes up a letter, gives it to Barry, to travel to his father's timeline where he's alive. But then, well, let's just say that letter was not delivered at all. Let's just say a man in yellow decided to rip it up and ruin the whole moment. Batman's only connection to one of his parents just got severed, just because Reverse Flash said no. That is absolutely mental. And then here, I got down some other stuff that Reverse Flash just obviously did because he's Reverse Flash. He murdered Iris. He murdered his own parents, not just Barry's parents, his own parents, which is absolutely mental. One time, Reverse Flash could not handle rejection at all. He got rejected by his crush, and in doing so, he crippled the girlfriend, and whenever that girlfriend got with a boyfriend, Reverse Flash would just kill them off right then and there. But he took revenge to a whole new level, because what? He did not handle rejection at all. He could not handle that no at all. That is absolutely peak. That is absolutely sad. And he also just overall made Barry's childhood a living hell. Everything bad that ever happened to Barry is because of him. We all know this famous clip right here.
Slow and right as she touched your leg. It was me, Barry. I jerked you off at super speed so it'd seem like you nutted at just a woman's touch.
That's absolutely mental. He absolutely ruined Barry's chances of getting with that girl. That is absolutely crazy. And there was even multiple times where he just randomly stick his leg out and trip Barry over for no apparent reason at all. And he'd also drop his homework on his way to school. Whenever he had a baseball game on, he would literally move Barry's arm away just so he would miss hitting the ball. From number one fan to number one hater. That is absolutely crazy. Now, I hope you understand why Reverse Flash is the most scary villain. Imagine everything bad that's ever happened to you was not because of bad luck, was not because of karma, was not because of God punishing you, was because your future arch nemesis travelled back in time just to troll with you, just to play around. Because why not? Is that not scary? Everything bad that's ever happened to you was because of a man in yellow just hates you for some reason. But yeah, as you can see, Reverse Flash is one scary person you do not want to make as a hater. Yeah. So now hopefully you now understand why I think Reverse Flash is the most scary / evil villain of all time. Not even the Joker would do something like this.
It was me, Barry. I jerked you off at super speed so it'd seem like you nutted at just a woman's touch.
That is absolutely crazy. But yeah, while Barry Allen, the Flash, uses his powers for good to save people he cares about, Reverse Flash, the reverse of Barry, wearing the yellow and using his powers just to mess up with Barry, inflict psychological and physical pain to Barry Allen, which is absolutely peak. I feel so bad for Barry Allen, but yeah. All because of hatred, you know. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and please let me know down below in the comments who you think is the most scary / evil villain of all time. And again, and also if I did make any mistakes during this video, please correct me in the comments as well. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a great day. See ya.